So I began the drawing by sketching a very loose outline on the paper, and whenever we draw, it's a good rule of thumb to draw whatever's nearest to you first. So I'm beginning by sketching out some loose irregular shapes to represent clumps of leaves on the tree which are nearer to the viewer, and as the drawing progresses I'm going to add in the tree trunk and the branches that we see looking through the tree. And on the photograph that I was working from, there was quite a strong directional light coming from the left. So to create this impression, I've added in some tone around the bottom right hand of all of the shapes that I've drawn, and also quite a strong tone down the right hand side of the tree trunk. And this will reinforce this idea that the light is coming from a particular direction. And as soon as we add in tone into any drawing, it starts to create a much better sense of form. And by this stage of the drawing, I'd started to put in some indication of the branches that we can see through the openings in the tree. And I was working really to try and break up the surface of the drawing to create the impression of leaves on the tree through the pencil marks, and also using a small pencil eraser which just softened some of my mark making and made it a little bit more diffuse, especially around the left hand side. And I continue to add tone down the right hand side of the tree to give the impression that that side was in shadow. And on the left of the tree, my pencil marks were lighter and a bit softer and slightly out of focus to reinforce the suggestion that the light was falling from that direction. And finally, I added a little bit of definition across the entire tree just to emphasize the form.